Alright, here we go. So we found Ziggy's head. And, well, we all have those days, I think. Okay, so can we do... Did we already do everything we could do with Ziggy's head? I think we did. I think we did. We go anywhere? No, it looks like we can go 2 different places. Go down. See what down is. I think we came from the other way. Oh wait, maybe not. Maybe there aren't 2 different places. Well, let's find out. Let's go back here again. Head place, and then let's go this way. They lead to the same place. I think they do. But better to find out now. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't remember what time it is. But let's go north. It's this door. Did I ever go in this door?
It's an unmarked wood door with faded flecks of white paint on it. The door is locked. When you touch the doorknob, you get a heavy coating of dust all over the palm of your hand.
There's a door that hasn't been used in a while. We don't know what it is.
A peek into the mummy case reveals that Pippin's body has been removed.
Huh. I wonder who did it. I wonder who removed it.
It's definitely blood. Most of it is still liquid, but some of it is all... Apparently the shoe's owner stepped in some of the blood.
Yeah, I already knew that. Okay. Alright. The body's gone. That's interesting. I wonder where the body went. I can talk to the police guy to see if he knows where the body went. Alright, down. You're gonna make me go all the way down to the bottom. Okay. So be it. Oh. I love how they just like...
I'm not in the mood to indulge in idle chit-chat, Miss Bow.
Okay, then I'll ask you a question.
Never heard of it.
Ever heard of Ziggy? Okay. Maybe he's never heard of Ziggy. Maybe he's not lying. If anybody wouldn't have heard of Ziggy, I think. So I need to get my notes up, I just realized. So this was hung up and now it has fallen. So basically it has fallen on him and his head was removed. Wait, maybe we want to... I still don't know what the lab place is for. That's like a really weird... Wait, oh. People are moving around. What the heck? Oh, I already talked to her. This whole people moving around thing is new. I mean, compared to the last game. Yeah, everybody wants to... It's hard to trust anybody in this game. Where'd she go? Wait. Now I'm confused. In the last game, one person did all the murders. Here's you that.
You already asked me this, Miss Bo.
Well, I mean, I technically did, but I want more updates.
Dr. Miklos, she would be the one to talk to about that.
Yeah, exactly. She was Killian. She was very Killian. She was so into Killian. Okay, I think I want to go this way. Alright, yeah, I did. I had some more stuff on my schedule. Let's see what we got here.
Rubbing the charcoal over the notepad has made the imprint readable. Yvette,
Carrington had
8
a
o'clock,
meeting at
Egyptian
11
room.
in his office.
Tut.
So that's interesting. We probably want to make it to that meeting. Oh, did I close it? Was it open? Huh. I'm pretty sure I closed it. Somebody else had opened it. Okay.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Oh, I can look at the bookshelf.
These are books on art forgery.
Okay. Okay. Wow, that's interesting.
This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of medieval weaponry. This bookshelf, it's the office of looks. This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of art history. While the topics of these books interest you, there are more important things you should be doing. This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of animal traps.
Well, that's interesting.
While the topics of this bookshelf, these are books on these are. This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of museum security, including such books as Criminals Among Us.
Hey, Hippo, how is it going? Thanks for the raid. How's everybody doing tonight?
This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of museum security, including such books as Criminals Among Us. This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of museum security, including such books as Criminals Among Us.
I'm playing Lorabo 2, the Dagger of Amon Ra. I'm on Act 3 right now, which is called On the Cutting Edge.
This bookshelf is dedicated to the topic of museum security, including such books as Criminals Among Us.
Okay.
This bookshelf is dedicated
modern
to the topic of modern weaponry.
Okay.
This bookshelf.
How did your stream go, Hippo?
This bookshelf is dedicated to a complete collection of the Encyclopedia of Interrogation and Torture.
Ooh, that sounds fun. The Encyclopedia of Interrogation and Torture.
This bookshelf.
I feel like
this bookshelf.
Something interesting about zooming in. Like, I'm supposed to notice something.
It's the office.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's a book right here.
This book is a collection of poetry by Lord Byron. Apparently Heimlich had it turned on the bookshelf so that the spine with the title faced the wall. Perhaps he was embarrassed to have a poetry book on his shelf? The poetry book falls open to a poem, She Walks in Beauty, written by Lord Byron. The page is marked by a black garter with a note pinned to it. A lacy black garter with the name Yvette stitched into it. There is also a note attached. You pick it up.
There's a note attached.
It feels like a lacy black.
What's the note say?
A lacy black. It feels lace.
Oh,
feels like.
Maybe I have to use the thing.
The note attached to the garter reads, "You can have the other garter and much more if you meet me at 3 a.m. in the preservation lab." The handwriting is female.
Oh, 3 a.m. preservation lab. Let's add that to my notes. Yvette/Wolf Preservation Lab. Okay. Check to see if there's any other books. Probably not.
Apparently these gardening books were left here by the previous tenant of this office.
Yvette is... I don't know. I don't even know what to call her at this point.
This bookshelf... These are... It's the office... It's the office of...
She does seem quite friendly.
A variety of shiny metals. 2 of them with packs of... A variety...
Whoops.
Although the metals are shiny and colorful, the room You have no practical...
Wait, what did I just find? Not a safe, like I expected.
What a suspicious looking button. I wonder what it does.
Alright, it's time to save and push the button. I can't save. Oh. I guess I'll push the button. Oh, better use our lantern. It's another one. Who's this? Dr. Carrington? What in the world? Oh, that's the ferret! I think. Oh, man. And the clock's broken. Oh. What is... No, wait, is that a ferret or a porcupine? Okay.
Porcupine quills, which
Porcupine
appear to have
quills.
caused Dr. Carrington's demise as they passed through his body,
Thought it was the
creating
ferret.
multiple perforations in many of his vital organs.
I don't think porcupine quills are sharp enough to do this, but okay. Alright.
Dr. Carrington's head holds no clues that you can discover. It's dripping blood. The clock appears to have been broken at exactly 12:04 a.m.
That's interesting. Alright. Let's go down my list. Okay, we got... This is Dr. Carrington. He was killed by porcupine? Question mark? Alright, 12:04 a.m. on clock. Alright, what else we got? What's this?
Countess and Ziggy at 1 a.m. Medieval armor display.
Okay. He was supposed to meet Countess and Ziggy at the medieval armor display.
It's the intercom. Dr. Carrington's head holds porcupine quills, which appear to have caused Dr. Carrington's demise as they passed through his body, creating multiple perforations in many of his vital organs.
No, it's not. It's a porcupine.
It's the pale left hand of Carrington's corpse. The fingers are showing signs of lividity. It's the pale right hand of Carrington. It's the body of President Archibald Carrington III. It's the...
Okay. Time to use my magnifying glass.
You presume the dripping blood belongs to Carrington, since the porcupine was stuffed. Carrington drooled a bit when he died, and his hair could have used a good wash to get all the grease out of it.
Yellow.
Hey, Reef Guzzler, thanks for the follow.
Neither the fingernails nor the fingers hold any clues. The glass on the clock face appears to have been smashed during a struggle. Whether it was a struggle to wind the clock or a struggle for Carrington's life, it's hard to say for certain.
Seems unlikely it was a struggle to wind the clock, but...
There's blood on the porcupine quills. From their position in his body, you infer that the blood belongs to Dr. Carrington.
I also liked my point and
There's
clicks.
blood on the porcupine quills. From their position in his body, you infer that the blood belongs to Dr. Carrington.
Alright, I don't know what there is to do here. What's this? CP?
The letters C and P are carefully written in blood on the desk, as if they were put there by the dying President Carrington.
CP written on desk. I mean, maybe. That would be... Who would be CP? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I knew that. I mean, it could be upside down.
The note is written in a man's handwriting, probably belonging to Dr. Carrington. The glass on the clock... The glass on...
Okay. I don't think there's anything else we can...
Hi, everybody! Hi, Dr. Nick!
Hey, Down Dog! How's it going? Thanks for the raid. What were you playing and how'd your stream go? I am playing some Lorabo 2, the Dagger of Amon Ra. I just found a guy murdered with a porcupine. I mean, I think that might be one of the weirder murder weapons I've seen in a game. Okay, it is now 12:45. Hey, Down Dog. Thanks for the raid again.
It's the only... Carrington's desk.
I like retro games. And this is one I've never played before, so we're all exploring it together. I know I have to think. Oh my gosh.
Look.
I've already seen this.
The handwriting is neat and dark. Phone numbers. T. Dargan, WP 5125.
Well, thanks
R.
for that, Down Dog.
BL 4468. I did it. SH 0244. Be safe. KL 0527. U Hoser, LI 2077.
You Hoser.
And yet, KL 4004. E Leach, BR 1833.
I do a lot of point and clicks. I pretty much do exclusively point and clicks. I mean, point and clicks or puzzle games. Those are adventure games. Basically games with a story and puzzles is what I tend to play.
Don't touch it. You don't know where it's been. Don't touch it.
Okay, what else can I do here?
You'll have to take phone numbers.
Is there anything relevant in here?
Dagger, WP 5125. R. Williams, BL 4468. I did it, SH 0244. Be safe, KL 0527.
I know there's a safe here. But I don't know how
touch
to
it.
open it.
Don't touch.
Okay, so it's a 4-digit combination, it seems. That's interesting. Because when I do 4 digits, it stops. So it's a 4-digit combination. We know that.
Don't touch.
Let's look at these books, see if there's anything
The
we can get out
collected
of them.
catalogues of the collected numerous hefty tomes on the topic of medieval armor. First editions of classic literature.
Well, Dog Down, what were you streaming tonight?
Looks can be deceiving.
And how did it go?
Looks.
Alright. Let's try these phone numbers and
Carrington's-
see if any of them, like,
Carrington's
are the combination.
Look.
Let's do that. Okay, let's write these down.
phone numbers. T. Dargan, WP 5125.
Because these are
R.
4-digit
Williams.
numbers.
BL 4468. I did it, SH 0244. Be safe, KL 0527.
Alright. Let's try those. See what happens. Oh, crap!
Achtung! This president's office is very...
You think about touching the painting.
Alright, I'm going back in. And I go back in. Alright, now I'm gonna go back in.
This door is...
Oh, it's locked now. Ah! Dang it. Alright, I'm just gonna go with it. Let's see if I can get back there. I'll go through the secret passage and see if that works. So I got in there before. It's worth a try. Alright.
You...
I really need to not turn my lantern on at some point and see how horrible it is. Okay, I got back in. I still can't save. I don't like that I can't save. Alright. 5. 1. 2. 5. No. 4. 4. 6. 8. No. Oh, apparently I only get a certain number of tries.
Achtung!
Oh, okay, so those are eliminated as possibilities. And I'm still not able to save my game. Okay, back to the secret passage. We're gonna try again. So apparently I get 2 tries. I thought and then he comes in. Okay, that's interesting. Well, let's keep trying. The clock hasn't gone up, so I think I'm on the right path, though. I think it's got to be one of those combinations. Otherwise, it's not available yet. So we'll just keep trying. Oh, I can save now. Save. Button again. Okay, we're gonna not use the lantern this time because I want to see what happens. Oh, of course, our lantern is still on. Apparently. I wanted to not use the lantern. Alright. Next one. Zero. 5. 2. 7. Did it work? Yeah! Was one of those. Look, what we got.
Not wanting to remove evidence from the crime scene, particularly when you must have broken some sort of law by opening the president's personal wall safe, you
What?
decide not to remove the diary.
Okay, well then we'll use our magnifying glass on it.
Glancing through the diary and the male handwriting within, it refers to Sterling's growing fear that the Countess only married him for his money and that she could be planning to kill him. The final entry reads, Yvette fears her too.
Well, that's interesting. Okay, what else can we do? Okay, so Countess. We're gonna put that under the Countess. So he changed his will at the last minute, so he probably wrote her out of his will, would be my guess. And maybe didn't tell her about it. Because she seemed to be caught, Okay. Guess, is that it? Is that all we can do?
It's the personal diary of... The collected numerous look. First look. Numerous looks. Look. Don't touch it. Don't touch.
Alright, I'm just pushing things to see.
Don't touch. The collected works of Knut Hamsun, Norwegian novelist. Don't touch it.
Okay, I
You
don't
don't
think
know
I
where
can do
it's
anything
been.
here.
The Mask of El Hottentot elders told stories of how El Whoopintat would jump down from the roofs of Hottentot mud huts to steal the noses off children who didn't behave properly. Anthropologists attribute the El Whoopintot stories to tribal myth, but the ancient records reveal that many Hottentots lived their adult lives without noses. There's a moral here somewhere. The complete text of looks.
No, I don't want to look at the body.
Locked. Looks.
Wait, what's happening?
A large format illustrated version of Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky.
Okay. Where was that? It was
Don't
around
touch-
here somewhere.
Don't touch.
Just click on the individual
Don't
books.
touch.
Okay.
You pick it up and place it in your purse. By touching the pages of the open book, you feel a momentary connection with the true meaning that the author was trying to impart to you as he cast his words down the river of time to finally wash up against the shores of your eyeballs.
Okay, that's kind of dramatic, but okay. Alright, what do we just get? We got this police report thing.
The file feels somewhat slimy.
Slimy. Ugh.
Feels like glass. You admire the wood pulp.
Just look
You
at
read
it.
a police report on the criminal career of one Watney Little, conman extraordinaire. The file contains an amazing list of offences, mostly fraud, conspiracy to commit fraud, and various degrees of larceny. Glancing at the top of the page, you noticed that the investigations were conducted by Scotland Yard. You also noticed that the last entry describes Little's recent escape from Dartmoor prison. Clipped to the outside of the folder is a small handwritten note that reads simply, "Remember our deal." Apparently this file was provided in exchange for somebody's silence or service.
Okay. So, I have a theory. Yes, I did. I clicked like crazy in here,
A desk lamp.
and I found something.
A
What's
painting
this?
of the... Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
I got a lot of don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. You don't
Apparently, I
know what it...
can't go back through the secret passageway, so let's go here. What's this? Is this a... What is this? Oh, it's a paper,
a cutter with a red blade.
I want to look at it closer.
The red stain on the paper cutter blade could be red ink or blood. Perhaps the last person to use it had an accident?
Or blood. You know, I don't think red paint and red blood would have a similar appearance. Unless they...
The red stain...
That's just me.
The typewriter keys hold fingerprints that probably belong to Yvette.
I think I would be able to tell the difference from a glance of blood and red
A paper
paint.
cutter with a red blade.
Okay. Alright, let's go this way. Can I save? Can save. Okay, what's next? 1 o'clock armor display. Okay, we're getting close to 1 o'clock, so let's see if maybe I can gotta save it. I have a list of meetings that are supposed to happen. One is 1 a.m. Countess and Ziggy armor display. Let's see if we can go there. Where's the armor display? I don't remember where it is. I think there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of people working for their own means in this game, which makes it difficult to know who is guilty. Because we have, I think Carrington maybe is not who he claims he is. I think the Countess sounds like might be working with Ziggy. Oh wait, Ziggy's dead. I just realized Ziggy's dead. So this meeting... I think the armor display was over here somewhere. Wait, what's this?
The male and female triceratops. Don't touch it.
What about this one?
It's neither valuable enough, useful enough, nor artistic enough for you to bother taking it with you.
Ziggy's body hasn't been cleaned up yet. Okay. Start touching things. What?
It's Dr. Pippin Carter, famous dead archaeologist.
Ooh, we found Pippin. He was put in a night thingy.
It's Dr.
That's weird. Okay, that was unexpected.
Dr. Carter's skin is cold and disgusting to the touch. Dr. Carter's body has been indelicately crammed into the suit of armor. His filmy eyes gaze in mute shock. His head is bent at an unlikely angle, and the skin is puckered where the helmet's edges bite into the expanding flesh.
Okay.
Dr. Carter's...
Yeah.
Dr.
Sleeve. About the dog.
Seems rather... The steel arm...
Ooh, I can hide. Okay. Here she comes. This time she doesn't see me, so she doesn't immediately leave. Apparently. So she's just kind of waiting here. Well, that was an interesting. I think I need to talk to her. Let's talk to her. Talk to her. Nobody did meet with her because Ziggy's dead. Does she not realize Ziggy's dead? I think I even confronted her and said, "Hey, Ziggy's dead." And she's like, I don't know anything about that." All right, let's confront her. Say, she's got what looks like an empty canvas or something.
Well, well. Good evening, Countess.
What are you doing here?
I just happened to be hiding behind the tapestry.
You're lying.
How could you tell?
Nobody just happens to hide behind a museum tapestry.
And nobody just walks around inside a museum late at night with paintings under their arms.
Paintings? Oh, you mean these paintings? I just found them laying around on the floor and I picked them up so no one would step on them.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Are you accusing me of something, you silly girl?
What do you think?
I think you're a rude girl who needs to learn some manners. The nerve going around accusing people of stealing paintings.
Did I say anything about you stealing them?
Well, of course you did. Don't try to trick me, girl. I've got more tricks than you have brain cells.
One thing I have to ask myself is, why did you bring those paintings to a meeting with Dr. Carrington this time of night?
How did you know I was meeting Dr. Carrington?
I found a note beside his body.
His body? You talk about him like he was dead.
Yes, he is. Dead as a doorknob. You didn't know about it?
You're trying to trick me again. Dr. Carrington is alive and well and working in his office.
Well, you're right about him being in his office, but he's quite dead, I assure you.
Oh, my God!
And you seem to be a logical murder suspect.
Wait a second. You're not going to pin this one on me. I didn't have anything to do with it. Why would I want to kill him? We've got a perfectly good art burglary scheme going.
Art burglary?
I think I said too much.
If you're trying to convince me that you're not the murderer, you're not doing a very good job of it.
What do I care what you think anyway? You're not a cop.
But I am a reporter, and I could write about you in the newspaper. Of course, your reputation would be ruined, and the police would get very interested in you, but you're tough, so I'm sure you could handle it.
Look, it was just a little deal I worked out with Dr. Carrington. An art forger duplicates the paintings on the wall of the gallery. Then we hang them up in place of the real ones, which we sell to private collectors.
Didn't you think someone would catch on after a while?
Are you kidding? That's the beauty of the plan. When we had replaced all the paintings, we were going to slash them and make it look like someone vandalized the real paintings. No one would ever think we'd go to the trouble of forging paintings just to destroy them. And Carrington is here to see that no one gets too nosy.
You mean he was here?
I swear I didn't have anything to do with his death. He was my cash cow. I brought him over from Europe just for this reason. Now that's it. I'm not saying any more about it.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you more about it anyway.
I don't feel like talking about that now.
Oh, now she's talking. Okay. Okay. Well, that was interesting. So apparently, I think Ziggy was involved in that as well. Apparently, Dr. Carrington was supposed to meet with Ziggy and the Countess at the armor display. And now at 2 a.m., Dr. Carrington is supposed to meet with Wolf. So I think it's in our best interest that nobody knows about this murder. I spelled thieves wrong, but that's okay. Alright, now what do I need to do? So now it's 1. What's up here? I forget. Okay. This doesn't seem important right now. There's really not much in that room. Ziggy's body is still there, interestingly enough. So, we have a question. Who put Pippin's body, Dr. Carter's body, into the suit of armor? That's a question. That's a question we have. I mean, in addition to murdering, who put Dr. Carter's body into the armor? Wait. What's this? Oh, I don't want to go over here. Anything over here for me. So I don't know if logic is going to solve this or not. That's why these paintings are wet, because they're
When
forged.
you touch the painting, you smear a bit of the paint as if it's
That's the fake paintings, and then there's like this shiny
a
thing
typical
here,
light-hearted painting by anonymous.
which might be a peek hole or something into the room. Oh, there might be a secret passageway here, right on this door.
Feels like cool. Feels like cool. Feels like. Feels like cool.
Let's see if the body's been moved. Curious. The blood there is weird. Or what looks like it could be blood. That's weird. Nope, it's still there. Still there. It's still dripping blood. Okay. Alright. I wonder if this game's gonna score like the previous one.
VAT 13. Indistinct shapes are floating in the murky liquid. None of the creatures are close enough to the glass. VAT 14. There's a vaguely humanoid shape floating in the murky liquid. After staring through the glass for a while, you see what appears to be white hair, or perhaps it's a large jellyfish. VAT 11. Something odd is... VAT 12. Small creatures with long tails are floating in the murky liquid.
Oh, this is weird. This is weird. This is a weird place. See if we can talk to Ernie. Let's see if he's available. Hey, he is.
Something I can do for you, Miss Poe?
I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. And you are now a suspect. Where are you? There you are. The only thing I know about you is that you're doing stuff with Yvette, and that's true for pretty much everybody.
If that fellow were any more full of himself, he'd rise up and float away like a hot air balloon. The way he carries on, you'd think he discovered Atlantis.
Indeed. Alright. See what else we got.
Well, I don't see the gent too often. We working class folks don't see the big guys too often, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he's an okay fella. For a cop. I do wish he'd stop leaving those grape stems all over the place, though.
Well, that's interesting. that's information. Grape stems. Because we found some grape juice stains on Pippin's suit, I believe. For whatever reason I didn't. Oh no, grape juice stain on Tux. Yeah, grape juice stain on Tux. Okay. That would be O'Reilly. Yeah.
Quadfather? Isn't it one of those? Now there's a Weasley little fella. I've heard he's a stool pigeon. That's a dangerous way to make a living.
Okay, what else? Ramses.
He's a quiet little fella. I think he does some accounting for the museum. Seems nice enough. Dr. Miklos is a strange bird, but she's a decent sort all the same. I see her a lot at night working late. Sometimes she invites me in for coffee. She certainly is taken with the plate in my head. She must have looked at the scars a dozen times.
He's got a plate in his head? Okay. It's useful for knowing. Plate in head.
Miss Delacroix is a wonderful lady, Miss Bow. A delight to work for. That fella gives me the willies. He's always hanging around, looking over my shoulder with those suspicious eyeballs of his. Also, to tell you the ugly truth, I just haven't trusted the Germans since the war. That Kaiser guy was a real high hat.
You fought in the Great War, Mr. Leach?
Yes, I did, Miss Bow. I came back with a plate in my head and a chest full of medals, and then I couldn't get a job to save my soul.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, don't let it bother you, Miss Bow. I'm just jawing. I'm doing fine now.
Okay. So he mentions there's a plate in his head again. Okay, we got Steve Dorian.
Oh, he seems like a nice enough fella. I don't know him too well. The Countess is a quite colorful old dame, isn't she? I can't help liking her.
Really? Okay.
Well, he's an intense sort of a gent. He's all bent out of shape about this Dagger business, and he hangs around Dr. Carter a lot. He looks ready to blow a blood vessel to me.
Okay. I think there's somebody else dead that I don't know about.
At first, I wasn't sure I'd like it here in this big spooky old place. But it was so peaceful at night, and there's so many interesting things everywhere. I really enjoy it now. I'm not sure, but I think it's one of those Egyptian symbols. They've got 1 million of them.
What did I find out about that? Did I find anything out about it?
While this feels like... You see the initials PS engraved on the back of the Ankh medallion.
Mr. Leach, can you
Sorry, Miss Bow.
Oh,
Me too. I can't even let myself out of the building. We're all staying here until I find those keys.
So he locked. He can't find the keys to get out of the building. Well, that's a fire hazard.
Now, where did you get that, Miss Bow? Maybe you should put that away.
Mr. Leach, do you have any idea who might have taken the dagger of Amon Ra?
I sure don't. Well, I halfway wonder if it wasn't one of those Egyptian fellas. They probably think I took it.
Was the dagger well guarded?
Oh, sure. It was locked up tighter than a drum. Somebody really pulled a fast one. I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking.
I didn't know I had something on that page. Okay. So he has a plate in the head. That's interesting. Alright. I don't think there's anything I can ask about him now. Okay.
I'm sorry, Miss Bow, but I'm kind of busy right now. Is there something I can help you with? Miss Bow.
Hey, Booty Sweat. It's just like a, it's an investigation game. So, it's just like I have to do some investigating. Okay. I can actually look at it. Hey, here's the snake oil.
You pick it up.
Yoink. You get the
Yoink!
go. Yes, it is a
The word
mystery.
hippo has been stenciled on this crate's label, but somehow you find it difficult to believe that there's a whole hippo in this box.
Hippo in a box.
The word gorilla has been stenciled across the label of this large crate. Somebody's crossed out gorilla and scrawled Sasquatch underneath. Curator humor.
Hey, there's a ferret. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get
Daisy
him.
will furiously flash across the floor on fleet ferret feet if you try to catch her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is a thing.
The word wildebeest is stenciled on the crate's label. You're not quite curious enough to open up the crate and see what a
What's this
wildebeest
bag?
looks like.
There's a bag up here. What is it?
It's a sack of plaster, sometimes used for making mold.
Can I get it?
You have no use for a sack of plaster.
What if I want to make a mold? Ooh, what's in there? It's
A
meat.
slab of meat which smells ripe. Veins of rancid fat forming abscesses that ooze copious amounts of pus run through the decomposed cut of beef. Yum, just like Mom used to make. You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Yoink!
Don't touch it. Don't touch
So I got some
the
meat.
cold storage.
Yeah, it sounds pretty gross. That sounds gross.
A slab of meat.
Alright.
A magnifying.
Let's magnify it.
This isn't the sort of thing you want to inspect closely.
I don't want to inspect gross meat closely. What's the meat for? Huh. That's interesting.
The label reads, guaranteed to ward off poisonous snakes, or your money back.
Or your money back. Okay.
The directions read, sprinkle copious amounts of Dr. Moribund's guaranteed snake oil on snake. Snake will leave you alone. If snake does not leave you alone, Dr. Moribund accepts no legal responsibility for damage occurring to the snake's victim.
Oh, well that's...
Death is a natural part of life, so when your time comes, it's best to accept it and go out gracefully.
Okay. And I have stinky cheese and stinky meat. I have a lot of stinky things.
The crate. This is the mammalogy laboratory. The poster outlines basic dissection and preservation techniques. You scan it quickly, just in case you decide to make a change in your career. The word
gorilla, hippo,
the word
and wildebeest. I wonder if that's relevant. I don't know. We'll just pull it.
The word gorilla. It's nailed shut. The crate is nailed. This crate is sealed, but you're not missing anything. The canister is clearly empty. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a mammalogy lab? Well, now you know how it feels. The tools are meant for esoteric activities such as gutting thick lift.
Trunk here. Check it out. Oh, I can't.
This trunk is locked.
Locked. Look at it.
The trunk has a name tag identifying it as part of Carrington's personal luggage.
Ooh.
Beside it is another sticker emblazoned with the logo Andrea Doria.
I think there might be a dead body in here. Or there was at one point.
This trunk... The trunk has a name tag There's an array of lab equipment. None of the equipment. You can neither move. You can neither...
Alright, let's look. Can I look at the thing closer?
You find plenty of scratches, dents, and gouges, but nothing unusual for a steamer trunk.
Alright, I think we're good in here. What's this?
The drain in the floor smells of alcohol. Vat 5. A large, hairy creature with at least... Vat 10. Is that a unicorn floating in the murky liquid? Can't be. Unicorns are mythical creatures. Vat 9. Tiny furry creatures, too cute for words, are floating in the murky liquid. There are so many of them in here that their individual shapes merge together into one massive fur ball. Vat 8. A thick body with two long bird-like legs and a long neck ending in a small head floats in the vat. Vat 8.
Wait, what?
A thick body with two
okay.
long bird-like legs and a long... Vat 9. Tiny... Vat 6. Small furry creatures about the size of the average dog, colored black with white stripes, are floating in the vat. Vat 1. Small marsupials are floating in the murky liquid.
So I take it these are...
Vat 2. Peering through the
animals
glass, you see a turtle floating nearby in the
that
liquid.
are being preserved so that they can be taxidermied.
Vat 3. Very long tubular shapes, like lengths of thick rope, are floating in the murky liquid.
That's what I assume is this.
Vat 4. A bulky creature with a huge head is floating in the vat.
But it seems a little...
Vat 5. A large, hairy creature with at least one huge claw is floating in the murky liquid of the vat.
But I don't know.
Vat 14. There's a vaguely humanoid shape floating in the murky liquid. After staring through the glass for a while, you see what appears to be white hair, or perhaps it's a large jellyfish. Vat 13. Indistinct shapes are floating in the murky liquid. None of the creatures are close enough to the glass to see what they are.
Indistinct shape.
Vat 12. Small creatures with long tails are floating in the murky liquid. Vat 11. Something odd is floating in the murky liquid. It appears to be half man and half fish. Or maybe it's just a trick of the light.
Alright. See if I can get a closer look. Oh, look at that.
Ground sloths are very slow creatures. Since the sloths in this vat are dead, they're even slower than usual. However, you quickly come to the conclusion that probing around in this vat with a net is a waste of time.
I can probe the vats
Boy,
too.
the alcohol fumes sure are strong in here.
Uh-oh. Am I gonna die?
The cabinet is empty. All the best to leave them alone. Best to
Fräulein Bohr, this laboratory is dangerous and verboten to the public. You will leave now.
The room feels
I will not warn you again.
Alright. The lock.
Fräulein Bohr, this laboratory...
The room feels... The grate is securely attached to the drain, but a bit of rust comes off on your hand.
I will not warn...
What a jerk. I think I pretty much exhausted this room, but Ernie's room seemed to have a toolbox in it that I might be able to use. Is he still here? No, he's not. Haha, he's gone. Take that, wolf. Let's see if Ernie's still here. He is.
Something I can do?
Nope, I'm leaving.
You straighten this door.
Oh, now it's
This
locked.
door.
Boo. Boo earns.
No!
Let's check this one with the unicorn. That looks pretty unicorn-like.
Probing around in the vat with the net, you find nothing more than an ordinary dead unicorn, possibly left over from a King's Quest game.
Aha! Aha!
Boy, the alcohol fumes sure...
Self-promotion from Sierra. Check this one. What is that?
Wielding your skimming net with authority, you probe around in the vat, completely ignoring the corpse of a king who keeps getting in the way of your search. The strong fume...
Oh, I better leave.
The room feels...
Leave. Leave, leave, leave. Leave in. Alright. We're out. Whew. Oh, they need to vent that room better, I think.
The crate is nailed shut, which is just as well.
Alright.
Fräulein Bohr.
Ah! Dang it.
The room feels
I will not warn you again,
He does not want me in here. Alright. Well, I figured out I could probe like vats, so I'm gonna probe them all and see if there's anything. Unfortunately, I can only do like 2 or 3 at a time. Let's go to Ernie's room and see if he's here. Oh, he's not. Ooh, there's something on the floor. What is it?
The intercom crackles and
Ernie, it's Olympia. The release valve in number 13 seems to be jammed. Take a look at it when you have a chance.
Ooh, number 13. Okay, well, I have a target now. What's this? What is it?
it's inscribed with the words Acme Snake Lasso. You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Yoink!
This is the storage room that has been
What's that? Alcohol vat book.
Current vat contents, Alcoholic Preservation Lab. 1. Koala bears. 2. Turtles. 3. Snakes. 4. Hippo. 5. Ground sloth. 6. Skunks. 7. Loch Ness Monster. 8. Ostrich. 9. Lemmings. 10. Unicorn. 11. Creature from the Black Lagoon. 12. Rats. 13. Warthogs. 14. King Edward of Daventry.
I
Don't
assume I can't
touch it.
take it. I can't take it. Okay, interesting. Let's see if I can open this toolbox. Ooh, I can.
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Yoink!
What did I get?
A pair of heavy-duty wire
Ooh,
cutters.
heavy-duty wire cutters. Nice. Okay, 13. That was this one, I think?
That.
Yep. Those don't look like warthogs to me, but whatever. Hey, I found
Could it be?
something.
Yes. It's heavy. It's shiny. It's real gold. It's got a sharp point at one end. It's the Dagger of Amon Ra.
Yay, a win!
Woohoo!
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Oh wait, I
Boy,
didn't
the
win.
alcohol fumes sure are strong in here.
Alright, let's leave. Time to leave now. I think. Yeah, it wasn't made in Pittsburgh. I wonder if it was the one I saw in the gift shop earlier. Because I saw one in the gift shop that wasn't made in Pittsburgh. Alright, I'm going to close the passage. Okay. Ugh, shiny thing. I think there's a passage. I think there's a passage back here, but I don't know how to open it. I think there's a passage right in this wall. There must be.
Feels like feels like the wall feels rough under your the wall.
I don't know. I feel like there is one there, but maybe I'm wrong. Better save. Oh, I can't save. Can't I save? Can I not save while I'm moving or something? Oh, I can't save. Okay. Moving to this room is always so complicated. Alright, so I think I can, like... Oh, wait, this isn't tied. Maybe I can get rope from this.
While this is an interesting... While this...
Nope. Apparently not. Maybe I have to be close. I think I see it as close too. Oh, maybe I can cut these.
While this is... While this...
What am I doing? Oh, I am cutting.
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Cool, I got some rope or wire or something.
A length of
sturdy wire.
Yoink!
Okay. Nothing in here. It's a Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex named Rex. Can't believe his body's still here. Maybe they can't remove. Maybe they can't move the thing. All right, when's the murder party gonna start?
It's an expensive work of art on display in a museum. Your father would be appalled if he knew you wanted to touch it. It's an when you touch the...
Yet I touched the painting without issue. Hey.
When you touch the painting...
Dang, they replaced like all of these paintings.
Don't touch.
So apparently these are the nudes.
When you touch the painting, you smear a bit. When you touch the painting...
Oh, can I? Oh yeah, working now.
The glint doesn't glint when you hold your finger on it.
Oh. Now that nobody's watching, I apparently can do stuff here. Let's look at it.
The oil paint on the canvas is over.
Oh, is this a pixel hunting quest?
The oil Inspecting the painting carefully, you note the bloody quality of the red pigment and recall that Bosch was known for the use of human blood in his paintings. Inspecting the painting carefully, you note... Inspecting the painting... Inspecting...
Oh, there we go. The thing.
It's an actual skeleton key, glued to the painting as if it's being held by one of the skeletons. That Bosch was a stickler for realism. Jeepers! The shiny key on the painting even feels real, probably because it is. Although you have a natural attraction to shiny objects, this one is firmly attached to the painting and obviously can't be removed by hand.
How's it attached? I used
With careful use of the dagger, you managed to pry the skeleton key off the Bosch painting without any serious damage.
Yoink!
Awesome.
A shiny key, shaped like a skeleton.
Okay. So I could go to one of two places. It could go to the cabinets in Dr. Carrington's office. Is it Doctor or Mr.? Dr. or Mr. Carrington's office. Or it could go into the steamer trunk in the room in the lab thing. Those are the two places that I can think of where that key could go. Alright. So the steamer trunk seems the more likely place, but since we're here, we'll try the first thought. Wait, no, went in. Okay, I wanted to make sure there wasn't anybody in there. Alright. His dead body is still here. Yep, I saw the bloody paper cutter.
While this is an interesting...
Okay, so that doesn't work. So the only other place that I can think of that could use a key is that steamer trunk, which I think is going to have a dead body in it. But I don't know. I haven't seen Yvette. Yvette might be dead. Yeah, I have the cheese. I have some meat. I have some meat from this cooler here. Alright, let's try it on here. Can I save? I can save. Alright, save. Boom. Here we go. Here we go. Dead body? The dead body?
The trunk has a name tag identifying it as...
Okay. Okay, I don't know what just happened. Okay. What do I need to do? I was wrong. There wasn't a body in there.
This trunk...
Let me do this again. Okay, so I have an option to do stuff. Okay, let's try putting the meat in there. Okay. They seem to have taken the bait. Alright. That was one of those deaths where you pretty much have to die to figure out the answer.
Oh!
Oh, there is a body in there. There's a body and flesh eating.
A skeleton lies in the trunk, its bones picked clean by the domestic beetles. They've efficiently removed every last shred of flesh, making the skeleton nearly impossible to identify.
All right.
You have no reason.
Wait, I can use my magnifying glass. Oh, what's this?
It appears to be a gold pocket.
Yoink!
A close look reveals an inscription on the watch. To Dr. Archibald Carrington III for your years of dedicated service, many thanks from your staff at the British Museum.
Huh. Interesting. So maybe this is the real.
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Whoa! Jeez! Jeez! Z-Bomb Gaming! Thank you for the 1,000 bits. I had a little bit of a fright there from that sound there. I wasn't expecting it. Thank you very much, Z-Bomb Gaming. I really appreciate that. Alright. Alright, let's close that. I think this is the real Carrington. I think this is a real Carrington. We'll find out at some point, probably. I got some point that he didn't look like the person that he remembered him to be, but then again, he had aged some, so maybe it wasn't a big deal. All right. Yeah. Yeah, well, it was all quiet and then a loud noise. I mean, that's just what happens. Can I... What, is this VAT 15?
VAT 11.
Oh, where's
VAT
15? I can't see 15 where
VAT 14.
King Graham is. Well, thank you again for the bits, Z-Bomb Gaming. Oh, okay, you waited for it. I gotcha. That makes sense. That is the time to do it. Okay, wait. What's happening? Okay. What is going on? There's like animals everywhere. There's a ferret. There's like these flesh-eating beetles who, for whatever reason, are dragging these things around like they're they're ants or something like that. I have no idea what's going on. We'll save it as weirdness at the museum. All right. Now what do we need to do?
You hear muffled voices coming through the door to Yvette's office.
Maybe Yvette's not dead. I just assumed she was dead, because I haven't seen her in a while. Well, let's listen at the door.
You lied to me.
Oh, she's not dead.
Well, lass, I guess that makes us even. You lied to me.
You had something to do with the Dagger burglary.
You've been sleeping with someone else. I saw you go off with that dock worker.
I've never slept with Steve, and the Ziggy fellow, he told me about you and the Dagger.
And you believe that little weasel. I've arrested the man more times than I can count.
This Ziggy, I know him a long time. He would not lie to me.
That man'd lie to his own mother if someone paid him for it.
Ziggy, he says you were working with the Carrington to steal the dagger.
Lies! You can't be trusting the man. If he wasn't already dead, I'd pound the truth out of him.
Maybe you already did.
Were you sleeping with the little rat then?
Of course not.
You really surprise me, lass. I'd think you grew up on the streets accusing me of burglary like that.
Where I grew up doesn't matter, does it? The important thing is... Wait, did you hear something at the door?
Yeah, I was hearing it too. Keep your voice down then.
Alright. We have new information on the heist. So, Ziggy said that O'Reilly and Carrington were behind the theft. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. What time is it? Because we've got another meeting. We got another meeting at the armor display at 2. I just saw it at the top of my list while I was putting in the clue. So let's go there. See what we got. If I can remember where it is. So it's not shiny anymore. Okay. Okay, we want to go this way. Save. Oh, we can't save. Arg. There she goes. Now we can save. 2 a.m. meeting with Wolf and Carrington. Are we gonna confront him too? Just going into armor display. I don't like that. Or maybe it wasn't Wolf. I don't know. We're gonna hide behind the tapestry again. Yep, there's our 2 o'clock meeting. Okay. Wolf was supposed to be here. There's Wolf. There he is. Oh, and here's
Wolfie, your facial scars are so wonderful. How did you keep them?
Fencing, my strudel. As a young man, I would fence with my Heidelberg friends. We would stop our opponent's saber just before it went through our faces, which would make the scars you see now.
Ah, that is very interesting. You did not use masks to protect your faces?
9. That would have been considered unmanly.
You'll have to show me how to do that sometime.
There are many things I can show you, my strudel.
Perhaps we should go somewhere less public, Wolfie.
Oh yeah, good idea. Particularly since there's an annoying reporter wandering around the museum. That is not something I would have allowed if I was running things here.
Give it time, Wolfie. Perhaps you will be running things here someday, if I have anything to say about it.
Oh? What can you do?
There are ways, but come, let us speak of these things in more privacy.
There are ways. There are ways. Huh. interesting. Okay. Alright. Up here she comes. Wait. There. Check. See what's up there. Up here. Here. I think I've already exhausted this room. Oh, I forgot about this door.
The door is locked.
Forgot about that door. That was another thing the skeleton key could have been for. But it was for the trunk, so it wasn't for that. Alright. Go back this way. Do this way. Let's go this way. Ah, door. Oh, another one. Who's next? Who is this?
Ernie's head lolls
Ernie.
back limply.
Okay, next murder is Ernie.
Ernie's eyes are bulging in a peculiar way, leading you to believe he either choked, drowned, or was frightened to death.
Eyes bulging. Drowned. Choked. Or scared to death. Okay.
The fabric of the shirt appears to be clinging somewhat to Ernie's chest.
As if he's wet? As if he's wet?
Ernie's shirt feels...
Okay. Wet shirt. Okay.
Ernie's right arm is stiffening in its outstretched position. Due to rigor mortis, Ernie's left arm is slightly stiff. The pants feel dank and wet, but the moisture evaporates quickly from your fingers.
It is a vat. It was a vat. It was alcohol, probably. It was the alcohol from the vat. That's why it would evaporate quickly from my fingers. He was probably put into a vat. That would be my guess. Okay, wet shirt. Evaporates quickly. Okay. What else we got here?
The metallic supports are cold and rigid. A bit of dust comes off onto your fingers. You gingerly place your fingers into Ernie's mouth. Cold and clammy hardly begins to describe the feeling. There's a sickening squishing sound as you probe the moist tissues.
Ugh. Gross.
You press on one of Ernie's shoes and see a bit of moisture oozing from the dark, spongy leather. As soon as you remove your finger, the moisture immediately seeps back into the leather. The heavy twilled fabric of the suspenders is rough and stretched taut over Ernie's unmoving chest. The fabric also feels slightly moist.
Huh.
The pants feel damp.
Alright, anything in his pocket?
Ernie's shirt. Ernie...
Alright, let's use the magnifying glass.
You look closely at Ernie's eyes, but find little except a few broken blood vessels. Despite your closest examination, you find nothing.
Ooh, what's that?
The hairs are bristled and clearly animal in origin, with a faint smell of alcohol. You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Yoink!
A minute inspection of it. The pants are intact, but the smell emanating from them is noticeable. It's as if he took a swim in bathtub gin. The leather of Ernie's shoes are soaked through and through. The scent is an overpowering mixture of sweat, shoe polish, and alcohol.
Okay. So we know it's alcohol. We also found animal hair. Or what we assume is animal hair. It looked like animal hair. Alright. Cool. What else?
You look closely. The pants are intact. The pants are intact.
Okay, let's see if we can look at the animal hair.
The hairs are bristled and clearly animal in origin. They also have
So they came
faint
from a
smell
vat.
of alcohol.
We know they came from a vat. Okay. So I think Carrington is this person from the police file, in reality. I think the person in the trunk is probably Carrington, who we saw at the beginning of the game killed. That's my theory. Okay, now it is 3:15. $3:15? Yvette and Wolf were supposed to meet at the preservation lab at 3. That's interesting. Wait. Maybe I should go to the...
Ach, you are smelling like the brewery, mein Capitan. Either you've been drinking, or you've been eating too many of those grapes.
Sure and begorra. A man needs a little nip from his flask now and then, doesn't he?
Personally, I do not require the drinking of the alcohol. It would impair my mental and physical skills.
And physical skills. What's going on here?
Ernie Leach has been murdered.
What was that, lass?
Ernie is dead.
So, you've finally come to us to confess. Is that it?
Confess? No, I'm reporting a murder.
And you was the first one to find the body again?
Well, I guess so.
Quite a coincidence, Fräulein. I think we should be interrogating you to learn the truth. I've had enough of your lies!
Calm down, Heimlich. If there's any interrogating to be done, I'll be the one who does it. Now then, lass, where did you find the body?
The mastodon room. He's hanging from some mastodon tusks.
Ach, he's probably just sleeping on the job.
No, I'm sure he's dead.
Well, I'll go take a look at him then. If I need to talk to you, I'll find you later.
Act 4. Museum of the Dead.
Do we smell a promotion in the air? You're doing splendidly.
Yay, I'm doing splendidly.
Woohoo!
Okay. And that game hasn't crashed once. That's great. Okay. Ah. Hey, Vortex Queen, how are you doing? I'm doing it splendidly. See if we can go down. See if there's any clues in Ernie's office while we're here. Kind of wanted to look at this room.
Don't touch it. Current fat contents, alcoholic preservation lab. 1. Koala bears. 2. Turtles. 3. Snakes. 4. Hippo. 5. Ground sloth. 6. Skunks. 7. Loch Ness monster.
Maybe Ernie was the clog. Maybe Ernie was the clog. I got a thing about there being a clog in VAT 13. Maybe it was Ernie. That would make sense. I mean, I thought it was the Dagger, but it could be Ernie who was the clog. What's going on over here?
A rare skeletal specimen of the saber-toothed jackalope discovered high on the frozen slopes of Mount Everest. Extinct for over 20,000 years, scientists speculate that this jackalope was in the process of climbing the highest peak in the Himalayas when it died suddenly of arthritis. A mop, complete with bucket. Apparently they haven't been used for a while since they're stuck to the floor.
What's this?
This appears to be a large button on the wall.
Button?
This is the one of those newfangled an old toolbox. A mop and a broom. Tiny locks secure them to the wall, since the cleaning man is worried about people stealing his cleaning supplies.
Of course they are.
This
Here's
is the
another
storage
bucket.
room. This is the... An interesting shell specimen, formerly belonging to a leaping nautilus. The leaping nautilus was rather an unsuccessful creature, since it is now extinct. Obviously,
Hey,
this
two
one is
beards and a
mere shell of its
microphone.
former self.
How are you doing? Thank you for the raid. How is everybody doing? How did your stream go? I am playing a old adventure game called Lorabo 2, The Dagger of Amon Ra. It is a detective-style investigatory game where I am trying to find clues. Cool. Well, thank you very much for the raid. What were you playing on your stream? Thanks for the 10 plus 1 bits, Waterboy 623. I'm gonna push this button. Oh, I can't save.
When you push the button, you hear a sliding noise off in the distance, clearly originating outside of this room.
It is going well. It is going very well. I'm making progress in the game and everything is good. Okay, where is the secret passage? Is it in here? Probably in here. Check it out. The only place I could think it would be. It is in here. Here it is.
This is the mammology.
Alright, save it. Save it. Alright, let's go. Let's go in. Let's do it. Here we go. We have a chance not to light the lantern and see see how we die. There we go. So I got bitten by bats. Your body bothered by bloody bites becomes bereft of life. Okay, well, I knew that was going to happen, so... Or I was pretty sure that was going to happen, I suppose. I keep doing the right thing and lighting my lamp, so I decided I'd see what would happen if I didn't light my lamp. Because in these old Sierra adventure games, half the fun is dying in new and unexpected ways. Okay, this one comes out of the mummy. So can I go back into the mummy?
The mummy case is...
I can't. What did it say?
The mummy case is sealed shut, as it has remained for over 2,000 years.
Or not. I literally just went into it. Eating room hard. There we go. Okay. Where do I want to go now? Why does leaving rooms have to be so hard? Right. This way. Right. I don't know where I'm going. There's the dead body. That's murder number 4. It's murder, well, 5 if you count the skeleton I found in the in the chest, which was probably dead for a while. Let's see if Carrington's body's still there. Oh, yeah, that's here.
My Ernie, he was a wonderful man. I really loved him.
Oh, sure you did. I know your type, Yvette. I know you didn't really love him.
But I did. Ernie was the first man I've ever really loved. I was even trying to find work for him so he could make the extra money.
Why did he need extra money? He had a good job here, didn't he?
It was the gambling. The ice pick. He killed my Ernie for the gambling debts.
Ernie wasn't killed with an ice pick.
No, the ice pick is the... how do you say it? The lone fish.
Lone fish? Oh, you mean ice pick is the name of a lone shark?
Oui, the ice pick is an evil man.
You're sure he's the one who killed Ernie?
My Ernie, he was worried about the ice pick. He told me about him this evening.
Very curious. I'm surprised you had time to see Ernie tonight.
Why is that?
Because you've been spending so much time with Mr. Dorian.
Oh, you mean the Steve? He's the attractive man, but we are only the friends, no? But my Ernie, what will I do without him?
I can see you're upset. I'll leave you alone.
Well, Ernie's dead. Oh, somebody else.
Steve! Mr. Dorian.
Miss Bow.
Thank you for showing me your scars, Steve. They were very, very nice.
Haven't seen you in a while, Mr. Dorian.
Well, women keep carrying me off.
Carrying you off?
Yeah. First, Miss Delacroix pulled me away from the party to show me the old master's gallery. Then there was Dr. Miklos. She's been pestering me about my scars ever since she found out I worked on the docks. Weird lady.
You don't seem too upset by all the attention.
Well, I would rather have spent the time with you.
I'd think a big, strong man like you would have been able to get away from them if you wanted to do so.
Well, I hate to be rude, and I did end up finding you here.
Have you heard about the murders?
Murders? Oh, I guess somebody did mention that.
You seem kind of distracted.
Yeah, well, I've got news for you, too. I think some of the paintings in the Old Masters Gallery are forgeries. The paint is still wet on some of them.
Yes, well, I hardly think that...
Oh, Steve, a terrible thing has happened. Ernie is dead.
Ernie?
Yes, my Ernie. What will I do? Oh, I need a big man to cry on. Please,
Yeah.
come into my office.
No one seems to be too concerned about...
Sorry, Miss Bow. The poor woman seems very upset. Maybe there's something I can do for her.
I can just guess what that is.
Stupid sexy
We can
Flanders!
talk more later, okay?
We'll see about that.
Oh,
You hear
it's...
muffled voices coming through the door to Yvette's office.
Of course I do. Alright, let's listen. Let's listen in. Let's listen in our jealous rage.
Ooh la la.
How does that feel?
It is magnifique. Mmm.
I'm not rubbing too hard, am I?
The harder the better, mon ami.
Well, we all get a little stiff now and then.
Ooh, and you are so good at working out the kinks. Mmm.
Would you mind not moaning so loud? You might draw attention.
Ooh, I cannot be helping it. You are so big and so strong. Mmm.
Oh my.
Oh, dear.
Miss Bow.
Sacré bleu.
How
Sacré
can I
bleu!
explain this?
I bet you can, Mr. Dorian.
I'm just rubbing her neck.
Oui, and he does it so well.
I'll just leave you two alone.
Miss Bow, wait.
Well, that was productive. That was productive. That was some productive stuff there. Oh, there goes him. That's Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith. Okay, well that was fun. What else we got? Yeah. Alright, let's go down to... It's getting close to 3. I think I'm right about the time. Hey, John Cadia, how are you doing? I am having a great time. Oh, it's 3 now. There's supposed to be a meeting here. Let's see if I can hide. I can hide behind the vats. There we go. I think that's hidden enough. Alright. I'm supposed to have, it's, well, Yvette might not show up because she's with Steve. She's with...
Stupid sexy Flanders!
So... yeah.
The container is full of an oily liquid.
It said the note I saw. Oh, that's this note. I think it's from this note here. It said Yvette and Wolf Preservation Lab. Is what I wrote down.
Rubbing the charcoal over the notepad
Oh, that's
has
not the
made
one.
imprint readable.
I don't remember where I saw that actually. I have a note of Yvette/Wolf Preservation Lab, 3 a.m. I don't know exactly where I got it, but I wrote it down.
It's
So
used
here.
a magnifier. There are words. There are.
Oh yeah, I have to put that in front of light. Okay, so I found a note somewhere said 3 a.m. Yvette Wolf Preservation Lab, which is here. Yet no one showed up. That's fun. All right, so now where do I want to go? Maybe it's important that I knew that because it did become 3 o'clock while I was there. So knowing that nobody showed up may have been an actual important event. Based on this game, whenever the clock moves, something important. You did something important. That's true. That's true. I didn't look at one of the neighboring offices, but is Yvette still in here? Let's barge in. Nope. What the heck happened in here?
One of those new portable typewriters. At a mere £50, you can take it anywhere. Well, you could if it was useful to you, which it isn't, so forget it.
Something happened.
It's on the floor, but it's actually a desk lamp.
That's a good joke. That's a good joke. You have to appreciate that good joke. It looks like blood. No, it's not
Red
blood.
hairs.
Red hairs. Steve has red hair.
A close look seems to indicate that the red hairs belong to a human.
Yeah, a mere 50 pounds.
Feels like red hair. Feels like.
I want to take
feels
it.
Like red.
I can't take
feels
it.
like red hair.
Alright, I guess I can't take it. So I know they're human red
a close
hairs.
look seems to indicate that the red hairs belong to.
Thought that. What's this? What's
It
that?
looks like a piece of fabric torn from Yvette's dress. Possibly in a moment of passion. You don't need it.
Okay, let's magnify
It looks like a piece of fabric torn. It looks like a. That's not the.
That.
Don't
shoe?
touch it.
It is a shoe.
It's a petite woman's shoe. The backs of the high heels on this expensive woman's shoe are heavily scuffed.
Can I take it? Can.
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
What's this on the... What's this?
It's a waste basket full of
Oh,
waste.
it's the waste basket turned over.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's a waste. Assorted garbage fills the waste basket. Pencil shavings, torn typing paper, fingernail clippings, carbon paper, and apple core, and an empty bottle of French champagne. The chair is made of wood, and it smells like Yvette's perfume.
It looks like... Carrington's still dead. He's still dead in here. Fun, fun. We haven't told anybody about him, which is kind of surprising. I think we've told them about every murder except that one. Nobody knows Carrington's dead except me. I mean, it does kind of look like that, but it could have been. I mean, that does seem to be the indication. I mean, obviously in Laura's jealous rage, or whatever you want to call it, she's thinking that, you know, things happen, but that doesn't seem to necessarily be the case. What's down here? Oh, this office. That's right. The snake's still there. That's good. I forgot that there was an office down there. The heck is this? This is new.
The subject of this sculpture looks curiously familiar. The sculpture gives off a strong smell of fresh plaster. The sculpture gives off a strong smell of fresh plaster. The humanoid sculpture is not accurate to the tiniest of details. In fact, you aren't even sure what the details are. Alberto Ravioli was still new at sculpting when he created this particular figure.
It's fresh plaster. So...
The odd statue feels like it's made of cheap, quick-drying plaster.
I mean, it probably is. It's probably made from the plaster in the, that one room off the lab. Okay, let's stab it. Can we stab it?
While this is an interesting approach, it serves no practical purpose.
Cut the plaster off. No. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm far away. I don't know I'm far away. We're here. I didn't want to... Maybe I can do it now.
Why, thank you, dear girl. Let me...
While this is
I didn't mean to do that. Okay, wire cutters.
Miss Bow, proper young ladies, don't...
While this is...
Oh. Bone? Maybe the bone? I don't remember what some of this stuff is.
A nice, if somewhat...
Oh yeah,
a length... odd-looking...
Maybe the bone. I used the bone to smash something before. Looks like Yvette. I think that is Yvette. Oh, man. She's dead. She got in her hand.
It appears to be a pair of bifocal glasses.
Alright. So we could have the ice pick is here. I'm killing people. So maybe somebody here is the ice pick. And also red hair.
Red hair.
O'Reilly also has red hair. Steve and O'Reilly have red hair. So red hair in hand. And we also have bifocal lenses.
It appears to be a pair of bifocal glasses.
And Steve did not wear glasses.
Yvette's face doesn't look as good in death as it did in life. Perhaps because her makeup is covered with plaster dust. Yvette's dress doesn't look as good. Yvette's dress looks. Yvette's face. Yvette's hair, formerly full of bounce and shine, is now lifeless and dull. It could use a thorough washing with a good shampoo to get all the plaster dust out of it.
Yep. That is true. I've been boning quite a bit. I got the bone and I have been...
No split end. There is plaster in all of the openings on Yvette's face. Mouth, nostrils, eyes, ears. She has several scratches on her face, as well as cuts on her lips. Nice weave in the hardened fabric of the dress. There are a few scratches on Yvette's skin, as if she was in a struggle before she died.
Which is what happened in her office. There was a struggle in her office. I mean, it really looks like Steve did this. But, oh, wait. But O'Reilly was talking about killing her, or being very upset if he found out she was doing anything with anyone else. And they were in an argument about it earlier. So he could have stumbled upon Steve and Yvette doing the massage thing, and could have, like, some stuff could have happened, and maybe Steve did something and threw the typewriter or whatever. I don't know.
Definitely red hairs. Probably human.
Can I take him?
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Yoink!
Yeah, that seems like a motive for that one.
There appears to be a fingerprint on one of the lenses of the bifocals, although you have no way to identify it. You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Yoink!
Anything else to look at?
Looks aren't everything.
Alright. Well, I have a shoe, and I want to compare it. We're just leaving these bodies laying around. Okay, I want to go to the mummy area. They have a shoe, and I want to see if it matches the shoe print in the blood in the mummy room. I want to see if I can get a match. Maybe get a match. I think it's over here, if I do recall. Wait, what's this? Something new. There is something new. It's a boot.
A smelly old work boot.
Well, this one I guess does have a corpse in it, because there's a corpse in there.
A smelly old...
Well, let's magnify it.
The work boot is size 12 triple E.
Okay, we found a work boots that size 12 triple E. Okay, maybe we can try it on a dead body to see if it fits.
You pick it up and place it in your purse.
And let's look at this blood that's on the floor.
The blood is red and almost dry. There seems to have been a struggle here.
Another struggle. Okay. I get it close
There
up.
are a few spots of... Don't touch it.
Okay.
The steel armor. The steel... The steel arm.
Alright, I better save it again. Yvette is dead. Okay, let's go this way and see if we can compare the shoe with the blood. Wait, that's not where I want to go. I want to go up. Ziggy's head is still there too. I want to go up. There's no corpses in the Egyptian area. There was a corpse, but it got moved.
Looks.
Maybe I have to use my magnifying glass on it.
It's definitely blood.
Oh, there we go. No, there might be a corpse in here. That is true. Because it is a room with mummies. That is valid.
While this is an interesting approach, it serves no practical purpose.
Okay. I thought I might be able to compare the shoe with the... It looks like it could be the shoe. I mean, there's a spot and then like a big thing. I mean, this seems like a likely that seems like a likely shoe print, but yeah, right there. Let's see.
The mummified corpse of Amenophis in the
Yep.
We also know that Amenophis now he's dead.
You got me there. You got me there. There is a corpse in this room. Alright, now what do I do? So why would Yvette have killed Dr. Carter? And what the heck is this Ankh thing about?
You see the initials PS engraved on the back of the Ankh medallion.
And we see PS on that one. The only person with a last name of S is Dr. Smith. And I don't know what his first name is. And we also saw a CP next to the body of Dr. Carrington. So 2 clues. Then... Man. I'm confused. And here's Ernie. I don't think Ernie had any initials on him or anything. Yvette's over here. There's Yvette. Meanwhile... Okay, I wasn't expecting this.
Countess, why are you tied up on my desk? Your face has certainly changed to an attractive pale color, my dear. You seem a little under the weather. Are you okay? Oh dear, you don't look well at all. O'Reilly! You want Mr. O'Reilly? Okay, just wait right here and I'll go get him. Hello, Miss Bo. Do you know where Mr. O'Reilly is?
Well, no, not exactly. I assume he's still in the museum.
Well, I'll find him. If you see him first, would you tell him that the Countess is dying on the desk in my office?
The Countess is dying? What's wrong with her?
Well, she's looking rather pale. Her eyes are glazed, and she's not breathing much. I'd guessed she'd been bitten by a snake.
By a snake?
Must you keep repeating everything I say? In any case, I've got to go now.
Okay. Save it. Oh, I just saved. I forgot that I saved. All right, let's see if we can save the Countess.